Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Trendy. If not, welcome back. Today we are going to be filming a Q&A. Now I don't want to call this like whole thing like a filler video, but it technically is gonna be a filler video, and that's because if you haven't been watching any of my other videos, which that's highly a possibility, and if so, I see you. Thanks for clicking. I am actually moving. In fact, when you guys are watching this video right now in real time, I will be in my new place. Hardwood floors, stainless steel appliances, marble countertop. Yeah, it's serious. I'm so excited. I'm so ready to move. I've been counting down the hours, the seconds, and the fact that I'm leaving tomorrow is insane. Anyway, and next Friday, we'll start the moving content series and moving into my dream apartment. Anyway, let's get into the first question. I asked a couple questions on my Instagram, and if you don't follow my Instagram, I'm gonna put it like in this general vicinity. Please follow me on there so you can be involved in the next one. Okay, and the first question actually leads like right into the kitchen stuff that I was talking about. What is my favorite dish to make? My favorite dish to make would be my mean seafood pasta. It's gonna sound basic and simple and not to toot my own horn, but I can throw down in the kitchen. In fact, I haven't been able to make any cooking videos, but I'm hoping that will change now that I have a better kitchen. It's just that the kitchen that I have in this apartment was shit. No lighting. It's hella dark in here and depressing because there's only 2 windows, so the light don't and the girl, I'm actually really excited because I really want to start a cooking series on here. More videos and content to come. Next question. What does your dream date look like? I would say that my dream date with my man would be, I'm honestly like a really easy date. It's really easy to entertain me. I just like doing stuff and eating. I do love a good brunch. So I would probably say like starting off the day with a brunch and then going to do an activity, shopping. So brunch, shopping. I would say nap, because I do need a power nap every day, and that's usually included in our dates anyway. There's always a way to incorporate a nap because I'm just a sleepy girl. I probably want like a physical activity. I do like to do those, so probably like tennis later on in the evening, or like if it was like a planned date, not saying he doesn't plan dates, I would say going to like a lantern festival and having a picnic like on the grass and just stargazing and yapping. And yeah, I think that'd be my dream date. So brunch, shopping, nap, like tennis or something, and then like in the evening like end it with the lantern stuff. Yeah, that would be my dream date. Next, book recommendations. Book recommendations, reading physical books or ebooks, and why. Right now I'm reading this, wait, let me start with I actually read both. So I have my iPad. I normally buy books on iBooks. That's normally if I cannot get to the store, like when I'm crunched on a time schedule and I cannot go to Barnes and Nobles, or I don't have time and I need to read that book, I'll just go ahead and buy it on my iBooks library. It's not that crazy, but I've always dreamed of having my own library in my house. So I normally try and buy the paperbacks if possible, like normally for my birthday and stuff. Like whenever people ask me what they want, I'll just give them like my book reading list that I haven't had the chance to go and get physical copies of, and normally I'll get those. Book recommendations though, I am currently reading Legendborn. So far so good. I'm right where my lamp is. That's what this is. It's one of those clip-on lamps, so that way I can read in bed at night and it just yeah, I'm on that real reader girl shit. It's serious in this household. But yeah, no, it's super good so far. Actually, the girl in Barnes and Nobles, shout out to you. I don't remember your name. It was a fat minute ago, but I was looking for some other book actually, and it was one and Legendborn was like sitting on, it was like one of those circle tables in Barnes and Noble, and I was just kind of like looking at it and reading it, and she walked by and she was like, oh my gosh, are you gonna get Legendborn? And I was like, oh no, I was just kind of like, she was like, you should, it's a really good series. So, and she was a black girl, and the main lead character in this book is a 4C black woman. So it's really good. It's about, I'll just read it. I'll read the little back summary. After her mother dies in an accident, 16-year-old Bree Matthews wants nothing to do with her family memories or childhood home. A residential program for bright high schoolers at UNC Chapel Hill seems to be like the perfect escape, until Bree witnesses a magical attack her first night on campus. A family demon feeding on human energies, a secret society of so-called legend-born students that hunt the creatures down, and a mysterious teenager mage who calls himself a Merlin and who attempts and fails to wipe Bree's memory of everything she saw. The mage's failure reveals Bree's own unique magic and a buried memory with a hidden connection. The night her mother died, another Marilyn was there at the hospital. Now that Bree knows that there's more to her mother's death than what was on the police report, she'll do whatever it takes to find out the truth, even if that means infiltrating the Legend-born as one of their initiates. She recruits Nick, a self-exiled Legend-born, with his own grudge against the group, and their reluctant partnership pulls them deeper into the society's secrets and closer to each other. But when the Legend-born reveals themselves as the descendant of King Arthur's knights and explain that a magical war is coming, Bree has to decide how far she'll go for the truth and whether she should use her magic to take the society down or join the fight. Yeah, but no, it's super good. The storyline, the pace. So that would be like my one book recommendation. And I know it's controversial to some people, but I really like ACOTAR. In fact, I got the notification today to pre-order, what was it, like book 6 and 7. So once I get my money back up after this move, yeah. What's my dream job? So I've always said that I wanted to be a creative director in the entertainment industry. So think Paris Goebel, think Aaliyah Janelle, think Galen Hooks, think Sean Liu. Like, that's the scene that I want to get in. I also want to own my own clothing brand. I love fashion. That's always been a dream of mine. I've just always been a creative. If for those who also don't know, I work in digital marketing. That's my job. I got my bachelor's in broadcasting communication. I forgot what it was called. And speaking of school, I'm actually starting my master's program next week. So the studying content is coming back. Y'all pray for me. I am kind of low-key like 2% excited about going back to school. Not because I love to suffer. The best way I can describe it, and the best way I do describe it to people, is that in my time working full-time in corporate in the real world post-grad, there is still nothing like a dopamine hit that an A gives you. And I really miss that. So that aspect of school I'm excited about. What was the question? Did I answer? Yes, I did. Yeah, that's my dream job. Yeah, to own my own clothing brand, build a brand, make myself a brand. I want to get into modeling. I want to do it all, but overall a creative director in my own terms. I think that would be the best way to describe that. How do I balance everything in my life so well? Work, relationship, friends, and YouTube. Girl, I don't. I don't know who keep lying to people. Keep thinking that I have my life together. I promise you I don't. I promise you I'm literally just freestyling this shit every single day. Like testing out different tones to see how this sounds and if it works. But I am also a creature of habit and kind of routine. Like, as long as I have a routine and I have a game plan going on, or at least a loose game plan, then I'm good. I'm also like a really calendar heavy person, just because there's a lot of moving parts in my life constantly. So I have to write stuff down to remember. That was something that my mom always drilled into my head when I was younger, was like writing stuff down helps retain the information. So I really took that to heart all throughout school and all throughout life. It helps me out a lot. But I would say that's a huge part of it. And just telling myself that just do it. Like, I know I'm capable of doing it. If I want to achieve my dreams and I have to work hard, I've always been that way. So yeah, great question. Advice for an upcoming media student. Number one, I know you're going to hear this in class all the time, but I'm going to reiterate it. Keep everything. Keep all your projects, keep all your assignments. Make sure you invest in a hard drive before you like even really get into your project heavy stuff, which honestly, if I'm being honest with you, you really won't have to worry about it until your junior year. But I would start saving up money for a camera, which I have thoughts about the fact that when comm majors graduate, we are not at least sent off with basic equipment. I think that should be like a mandatory thing for a comm student, because we go from having all these resources to use and learn and then just snatched away, knowing that this is an industry that's mostly freelancing and you have to build your portfolio for you to succeed. I think that's insane, but hey, that's just me. Anyway, like I said, keep everything, keep all of your projects, even if you think it's shit, keep all of your writing samples. Get an on-campus job, look into your sports department. Even if it's just filming courtside games at the college games, somebody will be there to teach you those, and you'll already probably be learning the process during class anyway. Email somebody in sports, see if they need a social media manager or assistant for any of them. Like one of my jobs, I worked 2 on-campus jobs that related. I worked at the news station at the first college I attended, which was Angelo State University, and it was called RAM TV. And I was a news anchor and content producer. That's a job on a resume. That's experience. And in this day and age, you need to have at least like some type of experience, some type of portfolio to even get your foot in the door. That right there will already give you a leg up. Oh, I would say also like use graduations to your advantage. Whether you're in a community college or if you're in a 4-year university, take advantage of graduation. Normally, other college students are poor, or they might be international students, or they honestly, like a good chunk of my friends just waited until last minute and be like, oh, I didn't take any pictures, and they graduate next week and they just need a quick turnaround. A lot of them will come and ask the comm students, girl, do a little session for $20 a pop, send them like a bulk of photo dumps, use that around you. You're gonna have literally 4 years of opportunities, 2 graduations, a May and a December. Just like post on your story. A Snapchat has like, what is it, like the university committees, post on there, you know, just say you're offering small sessions. And that's also another way you can also practice and refine your skill in photography. And you can also have a portfolio to add to your portfolio that's solely yours, and you did that on your own time. And like I said, comm majors do have to pay for all their equipment afterwards, so take advantage of it while it's free. This one, I know exactly who sent this. Somebody said also, can I have Eric, please? You will have to fight me to the death for him. That's my answer. And then this one says, what is my 5-year plan? And that is the last and final question. No more. What is my 5-year plan? So as of right now, so my plan was always to graduate with my bachelor's and then to take a year off just to join the workforce, because I knew if I didn't get in there hot and fresh, the odds are that the job market would be shit and I would have to wait even longer if I went back for my master's, from missing out essentially like on a year or 2 of networking, job experience, all that jazz. So I was like, let me go into the workforce. I'm gonna find somebody to pay for school for me. Thank you, job. So my 5-year plan always included graduating with my master's, getting a ring on my finger, and then honestly starting my business, hopefully. Saving up enough money to start it. I'm not going to tell y'all exactly what and when that will be happening, but it's in the timeline. It's in the 5-year timeline. I do want to like choreograph and film a visual of like my own work. So I have a lot of exciting ideas and things that I want to do, and I hope that you guys will stay tuned for them. And that's going to conclude the Q&A video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next week in the new place. Bye!